Ohio State Cyclones. Let's meet your starting lineup first for the Disney Warriors. In goal, number 33, Gage Reiner. At left defense, number 4, Brett Jensen. Right defense, number 16, Devin Carney. Left wing, number 25, J.J. Adams. Center, number 26, Jake Lindblom. Right wing, number 10, Austin Moon Black. Waldorf is coached by Mike Heitkamp and Ty Fraser. And now, for your Iowa State Cyclones, in goal, a senior from San Jose, California, number 31, Alex Norby. And the defense freshman from Pine Lake, Minnesota, number 20, Ben Hennessy. At right defense, a sophomore from West Bend, Wisconsin, number 17, Riley Crash. At left wing, a senior from Bluntfield, Manitoba, Canada, your captain, number 28, Everett Nestlin. At center, a senior from New Bridgeton, Wisconsin, number 5, Stuart Pearson. And then right wing, a sophomore from Glenwood, Iowa, number 18, Michael O'Hara. And the rest of your Cyclones. Iowa State coached by Juan Wang and Rocky. Your officials tonight, Sheriff Kroll, Nick Meyer, Blyton, Tim Carroll, and Brady Peterson. We ask that you stand as able in case the West End arena is behind the national anthem.
Welcome into the Ames ISU Ice Arena. Your starting lineup for your Waldorf Warriors are J.J. Adams, number 25 at left wing. At center, number 26, Jake Lindholm. At right wing, number 10, Austin Moodflag. Left defense, Brett Jensen, number 4. And at right defense, number 16, Devin Carney. In net for your Warriors are Gage Reimer, number 33. And for your Iowa State Cyclones, your starting lineup, starting in net for the Cyclones, number 31, Alex Neverve. At left D, number 20, Ben Fannenstein. At right D, number 17, Riley Kress. At left wing, number 28, your captain, Everett Beslin. Center, number 5, Stuart Pearson. And at right wing, number 18, Michael Malarkin. Warriors throwing a shot, kept in by number 4, Brett Jansen. Dug out to McCarron on the boards. Played back to Kress. Kress over to Fannenstein behind the net. Fannenstein looking off the far boards for Mulcairn. Mulcairn beating the icing in, throwing a body in the right corner. Picked up by Jake Lindholm and sent back in by the Cyclones where Gage can play it. J.J. Adams on the near board, pinched off by D.J. Girardi. as it's picked up by Kirby behind the net, up to Mulcairn just out of his reach. Warriors are back in to pick it up. Thrown into the Cyclone zone, where Girardi will pick it up and play it to his partner, who will play it to Dorfman on the near wall, looking for Hakana on the far wall. Gets taken away from him. Larson on the pickup to throw it in deep. Hakana now on the near wall, throwing it in deep for Dorfman. Dorfman looking for Camper, couldn't find a shot. Warriors clear out of their zone. Picked up by Larson as it heads into his zone. To Franny, chipping it over to Camper. Camper throwing it to Picana. Jackson played it up the wall for the Warriors. Kept over the red by Franny, dumped in deep. Picked up by Bender, who sent it off the glass all the way down for an icing. Fresh back on the draw. Wins it back for Franny. Franny throws a shot on net. Played to the corner. Warriors dig it out. Kept alive by Kovarik. Franny on the line. Digging it through was Trespass. Kovarik in the far corner. Getting it picked up. A shot. Shoots just wide of the net. Kovarik in the near corner. Throwing it down to Jarecki. Jarecki plays it back to Schultz. Schultz putting a wild shot on net, blocked by the Warriors. Needham trying playing it out, kept in by Kovarik. Kovarik with a quick shot, blocked by the Warriors stick, and it was flung over the net. Jarecki now with it in front, couldn't find a berry, but it's behind the net, picked up by Kovarik. Net moved a little bit. No, now the whistle is called. Net off the Morris. Eaton on the draw, waiting for the net to be put back into place. Doesn't look like the pegs are sitting too well. They're getting them readjusted. Eaton wins it back to Vandenstein, who throws it into the corner, picked up by Davenport. Davenport looking for Eaton, and it didn't get through. Press lays out a Warrior as he steps over the line with the puck. Davenport to play to Schwartz. Kept in by the Warriors, just wide of Neverve. Now in the near corner, picked out by the Warriors. Vandenstein plays it back to Kress in the near corner as Kress looks to Davenport. And now to Eaton. Eaton over the red, now over the blue. Trying to get through. Off the near wall, collected by the Warriors. As Vandenstein picks it up. Looking for some room over the red. Now over the blue, throws it in deep. As Mulcairn digs it out in the corner, Beslin now on it. Beslin to the near corner, a shot off a foot, collected by Pearson in the corner. Finding Beslin, trying to squeak in front, he almost does, puts it right off the pass, picked up by Stewart, he puts it just wide. Trying getting cleared out, kept in by Larson. Pearson up top now with it, looking for a little bit of room, passing it to Beslin. Now looking for Mulcairn, shot off the post, rebound somewhere in front, wasn't able to get it collected. Lynch now with it, throws it in deep. Pressure keeps getting applied by the Cyclones. Adams with it, gets cornered off. And the pass was picked off by Franny. Larson now with it behind the net. Larson passing it to Franny. Franny passing it to Pekana and looking for Dorfman, now looking for a camper. Going over the blue, picked up by Dorfman, who with a shot right off the glove into the pads of Reamer. Face off to the left-hand side. Right-hand side of Reamer. Camper on the draw against Jeffrey Dick. Warriors play it behind, tried shooting it out, kept in by Schultz. Now taken out by the Warriors over the red, now picked up by Camper. Camper looking to Franny. Franny chipping it off the glass, looking for Dorfman, just out of his reach. Handman tries playing it up, and the penalty upcoming to the Cyclones. As an anticipated pass, didn't get to a Warrior as Schultz heads to the box. Warriors will be headed on the first power play of the night. 14:24 left in the first period. The score is 0-0. Fresh back. Lindholm. Now Rivik. And Fanenstein clears. Glove down by Rivik. Fanenstein tries playing again. It will go all the way down. Played by Reamer behind the net. Reamer to his defenseman. Lindholm up the near wall. Looking for room. Throw the shot on net. Covered by Nerve. 1:26 left on the Warriors power play. 13:50 left in the first period. 0-0 the score. Lindblom wins it back. Picked out by Iowa State and cleared all the way down. Pearson on the chase. Pearson later out Haberman in the corner as Pearson applies pressure. Collected by the Warriors. Arv going up the near wall. Picked away by Girardi. Pinched to the wall by Bethel. Girardi with a clear. Knocked down by the Warriors. Larson, it's a one-on-one. Tries spinning back with it. He collects a penalty. 4-on-4 action to come with 59 seconds left in the 4-on-4 kill. 13:22 left in the first period. Devin Carney headed to the box for the Warriors. The call for Iowa State was for number 15, Jacob Schultz, for interference. Cyclones put it in deep. Warriors collect. Adams now with it on the near wall. Kept out of the zone by Fanenstein. As Adams comes back down the near wall, throws a backhand on the back half of the net, now collected by Adams again, turning back with it now into the far corner. Looking for his man in front, couldn't find it. Now back to the Warrior point. Number 4 with a shot, played off to the corner by Nerve. Collected by Camper. Now Fanenstein with it. He's got a little bit of room and he's going to look for Pekana just out of his reach. Play to the Warrior bench. And Fanenstein will collect. Now to Kress over the red. Kress on the near wall, looking for a shot, rang it off the post, collected by Lindbaum, going up the far wall. Iowa State is now on the power play as they redeem back to full strength. Now kept in by Larson at the point. Larson with it, putting it to Pekana. Pekana to Kreshback. Kreshback up top to Larson. Larson back to Kreshback with a pass to Pekana at the goal line, collected by Kreshback behind the net. Warriors try to clear. Larson collects. Larson to Schultz. Schultz down to the corner, looking for Jarecki. Couldn't bear it. Larson up top. Over to Kreshback. A shot right into the breadbasket of Reamer. Face off. To the left. 15 seconds left on your Cyclone power play. 11:37 left in the first period. Score 0-0. Pearson on the draw for the Cyclones. Wins it back to Fanenstein. Fanenstein walking the line. Looking to Beslin. Beslin now walking the line. Shoots right into the glove of Reamer. Pearson collects it to Beslin. Beslin now up to Fanenstein. Now back down to Beslin. Beslin now walking the line. Looking for a shot. Forces one through the middle. And it goes to the corner. Fanenstein plays it to Pearson behind the net, who now walks the near corner looking for a man. Walking towards the top, cutting inside, putting a move around, looking for McCarron. Now into the near corner, McCarron has it. Looking to Fanenstein at the point, barely keeping that one inside the line, but throwing it to Beslin in the corner. Fanenstein takes a tumble along the boards. McCarron looking back to Beslin. The Warriors try and chip out, kept in by Beslin. Or Pearson. Pearson now on the far wall. Looking to Kress with a shot, just missed. Kress collects the rebound at neutral ice and sends it in deep. Line change for the Cyclones as Ribinek collects it for the Warriors. Chipped in by Sweeney, played off by Navarre to Kress. Kress giving it to Franny. And it goes to the Warriors. A shot on net. And it's gloved down by Navarre, played to the far corner. Jackson with it now, throwing it across for Bender just out of his reach. Bender throwing it to the far side, collected by Kress. Kress looking to Davenport. Davenport looking to Schwartz, right off the bench, just out of his reach. Warriors try and collect, picked off by Franny. Franny throws it in on net on Reamer. Reamer plays it to Jackson, putting it up the boards and throwing it across, thrown back in by Franny. Collected by Jackson again, thrown up the boards. Franny keeps it in. Schwartz now battling for it in the corner. And it's finally chipped out by the Warriors. Franny looking to Schwartz. Now to Pekana. Pekana chips it in deep. Right on net to Reamer. He'll get a cover. Face off to his right. Camper on the draw for the Cyclones. Jansen's with it. Throws it up the wall to Camper. Camper to Pekana. Pekana turning along the goal line. Larson tries to put it in deep. Pekana keeps it. Thrown to the center for for Dorfman. Throws it right off the post. Shipped out by Dick. Kept alive by Larson right over the red as Camper throws a body into his man. Jansen throws it up the wall. taken away by Dorfman. Carney throws it in deep. Puck comes out to the center of the ice along the point, kept in by the Warriors. Lynch applying pressure to his man in the corner. Warriors trying to play a little bit of a passing game. Doesn't work for them as it gets tipped away. Now Dorfman over the line, dropping it for Kreshback just out of his reach. Kreshback with it now. Over to Fanny. Fannenstein now. Back to Kress in the near corner. Back to Fannenstein. Fannenstein. Looking to Kaveric. Over the red. Kress chipping it past his man. Gets gloved down. Picked up by Kress. Thrown in deep. Reamer out to play it behind his net. Stopping it for his defenseman. Kress now with it in the neutral zone. Throws it in deep. As Jansen now collects it on the near wall. Throws it behind the bird. Fannenstein. To Kress in the near corner. Kress. Throwing it out to Pearson. Just out of his reach as it bobbles around. Warriors now throw it over the red. Picked up by Fannenstein. Now to Beslin. Beslin going to Pearson. Pearson. Mulcairn. The 2-on-2. Pearson on his backhand. Walks behind the net. Into the far corner. Looking for his man. To Beslin just under his stick. Picked up by the Warriors as they try throwing it across the red. Warriors throw it in deep. Girardi picks it up. As Beslin collects. And throws it in deep. Warriors throw a high one off the glass. Girardi gets tossed. And Larson passes it up to Schwartz. Davenport with a hit on his man as the Cyclones throw it in for an icing all the way back down in front of the bird. .6:06 left in the first period. The score is 0-0. Both the Cyclones and the Warriors are 0 for 1 on the power play. Larson now, throwing it off the wall. Schwartz to chase. Reamer to play it to Janssens. Jansen plays it back around to Mood Flag, and they put it high off the glass for Larson to play it back for Schwartz to collect behind the net. Doesn't get there in time as the Warriors beat it on the near corner. Dug out now by Davenport. Davenport gets it stripped from him. And now it gets played up the wall by Larson. Now Franny has it, looking for Camper. Camper over the blue line. Cutting to the outside. Camper turns back with it. Looking for a shot from the top of the circle to the glove of Reamer. Face off to the right. 5:19 left in the first period. 0-0. Camper on the draw. Wins it forward. Collected by Pacana, now on the near wall. Chipped up by Franny, kept in on the line by Camper, thrown in by Camper. The Warriors to collect as it gets chipped and hits the ref in the face, but it gets back to chip down. Camper now to collect in the Z zone. Throws one just over the blue. Now collected by Franny. Franny. Coming through the center of the ice. Throws it in deep. Gloved down by the Warrior defense. Playing catch with it now from the far corner to behind the net. They look for their forward, doesn't get that. Thrown back in by Franny. Warriors collect behind their net as they throw it up the wall to Sweeney. Sweeney throws it in to Schultz. Schultz collects. Schultz looking for Jarecki just out of his reach. Collected by the Warriors at the wall, back down to Sweeney, who throws it in the near corner, where Kress collects it behind the net. Kress with it now, turning back with it, finds Schultz behind his net. Schultz to Jarecki, the Kress who is looking for some room, and Kovarik lays out his man. Schultz with it. Glove down by Jarecki. Up to Kreshback. Kreshback now on the near wall, looking for options. Tries throwing it to Kovarik in front, doesn't get there, picked off by the Warrior defense. Physicality is picked up greatly among this play as the Warriors hit the red and throw it in deep. Vandenstein throwing it up the wall to Kovarik just out of his reach, kept in by Jansen. Now to Kovarik on the far wall, chipping it up and out. Getting bogged down was Kovarik as the Warriors collect in their D zone. Harney up the near wall gets stripped by Pearson. Kress collects in the D zone for the Cyclones. On the far wall now, the Warriors. Putting a shot off the blocker of Nevers. Harney keeps it in. Pearson now with it. Pearson to Kress. Kress. To Vandenstein, who tries playing it out to Beslin. Back to Kress. As Kress got some room to Beslin, who put the shot just tipped wide. Mulcair now behind the net. Tries wrapping it around. Toe saved by Reamer. Face off to the left of Reamer. 2:30 left in the first period. The score is 0-0. Eaton wins it back to Lynch. Lynch off a shin pad. Plays it to the boards. Lynch now with it. Looking for his partner, Larson. And he does. Larson hitting the red. Throwing it in deep. Right on net. Reamer holds on for a whistle. 2:16 left in the first. Face off to the right of Reamer. Eaton on the draw. Eaton wins it back to Davenport. Back to Larson, who throws a shot, patted away to the far corner by Reamer. Now picked up by Schwarzy in the near corner. Schwartz walking the goal line, tries finding a path, gets blocked down by the Warriors as Lynch collects and throws it back in deep as for the Cyclones regroup. Warriors try cutting through the middle. Tipped out in front. Shot by number 25, patted away to the far corner, picked up by Eaton, who lofts it out of the zone for Plaguey to get to it and throws it along the near boards. Dorfman finds the katana. And we got some extracurriculars between Lynch and Lindwall on the near wall. Both are going to go to the box. 1:23 left in the first, 0-0 the score. Four-on-four play. Camper had taken the draw for Iowa State, won by the Warriors. Bender plays it back, gets it back, and plays it to Jackson. Jackson to Sweeney up the far boards, now behind the net. Taken by number 5, kept in by Sweeney. Schultz with it now, passing it to Franny. Franny turning it back around to Schultz behind his own net. Schultz with it now, looking to the near wall for Franny. Granny, back to Schultz at the blue. Now over the red. Schultz still has it. Going over the blue. Shoots. Blocker to side. Granny now with it. Making a shot. Walking to the near wall. Throws it right into the glove of Reamer. 32 seconds left in the first period. Minute 10 left on four play. Fresh back. Now Kovarik behind the wall. Gets it back to Kreshback. Kreshback to Kovarik. Kovarik at the dot. Shoots right to the glove of Reamer. Another save. 20 seconds left. Kreshback on the draw for the Cyclones. Over the boards. Warriors collect. Shift up to Adams on the far wall. Throw the shot. Paddle to side. Rebound. Missed the net. Freshback now over the red. Turning back with it. Eating time as the time expires. 0-0 after the first. 38 seconds left on 4-on-4 action. Welcome back. Second period about to start. 4-on-4 action for another 38 seconds. Score 0-0. Pearson on the draw wins it back to Fanenstein, who passes it to the far wall for Kress, looking up the middle for Beslin. Beslin pulling it toe drag into the glove of Reamer. Physicality picked up at the end of the first period. Pearson still on the draw for the Cyclones. To the near corner it goes. Collected on the far wall by Beslin. Turned down for Pearson. Pearson collecting it, walking the line, heading towards the center. Walking down, putting a shot on net. Rebound off to the side of the net, collected by Kress. The backhand attempt stuffed aside by Reamer. Beslin now with it, going up the near wall, far wall, and throwing it in deep. Both teams are even strength. 19:15 left in the first. Collected by the Warriors, thrown in deep. Kress will pick it up on the far wall. And it goes to the Warriors. Warriors put a shot just over the net. Now collected by Kakana as he heads up the near wall. Warriors throw it in deep again. Collected by Kress as he waits for options. Kress now with it. Walking around the front of his net. Putting it off the wall to Pakana. Pakana chipping it in deep. So Mulcairn picked up and thrown to Pakana. And a stick. And it's hooked out of play. 18:40 left in the first period. 0-0 the score. Camper on the draw for the Cyclones. Nemeth for the Warriors. One back by Camper. Played by Naverve behind his net. Collected by Schultz. Schultz rimsing around for Pakana. Stick up into the Warrior defense as they try going back across the line. Offsides the call. Camper, Haberman, chipped aside by the Warriors, thrown in by Franny. Reamer with the hold, 18-16, first period. Two penalties aside, Cyclones and Warriors. Nobody's been able to capitalize. Face-off won by the Cyclones, thrown in deep. Pakana trying to feed the front of the net, just out of harm's way for Reamer. Warriors throw it all the way down, no icing. Franny picking at it behind the net with Camper, played around by Schultz, held in by Flaggy as they walk down a near wall and shoot, covered by Naverve. Face off to the right-hand side of Naverve. Press back on the draw for the Cyclones. Beckett for the Warriors. Poked through by Beckett behind the net now. Pressback has it, playing it up the wall to Jarecki. Jarecki looking to the far wall for Kovarik. Kovarik down the near wall. Dropping it for Cressback. Cressback back to Kovarik, now behind the net with it. Kovarik feeding Lynch at the point with a shot. Tipped aside. Jarecki now with it to the near wall. Up to Larson. Larson throwing a shot off a Warriors defenseman. Played to the corner. Now Kovarik has it in the far. Kovarik. Jarecki at the center. Couldn't shoot. Crashback with it. Now walking the top of the circle. A stick. And it's deflected out of play. 17-11 left in the second period. 0-0 the score. Eaton with the draw. A shot by Lynch, blocked down. Played into the far corner. Schwartz picks it up. Mishandled. Warriors collect. Poke aside by Larson. Puck chipped and stick out of play. Face off upcoming to the left hand side of the bird. Pearson on the draw for the Cyclones. McDonald on the draw for the Warriors. Pearson wins it back to Kress, who drops it back to Fanenstein, who plays it up to Mulcairn, who gets bodied down, and it gets shipped back in by the Warriors. Kress in the near core battling along Veslin for the puck. Chip back out to Kress. Kress collects behind his net. Played up the wall to Mulcairn. Mulcairn taking a beating trying to get the puck out as the Warriors chip it back in deep. Fanenstein now in the near corner. Up to Veslin, just over his stick. Put right back into the Cyclone zone by the Warriors. Kress with the pickup behind the net. Kress throwing one down to Pearson on the far blue. Flex it on the near wall. Pearson rubbed out. Collected by Veslin on the far wall. Throws it on net. Mulcairn throws one off the paddle of Reamer. The Warriors chip to the near boards and throw it back in deep. Janssens behind the net with Kretz battling. Puck moved out to Fanenstein. Now to Veslin. Veslin over the red. Now over the blue. A shot. Trickles behind Reamer, but doesn't get inside. Collected by Camper on the far boards. Camper digging it out. Over the blue on his backhand. Throwing a shot. Just high and wide. Bacana throwing a shot covered by Reamer. 15:06 left in the second period. (0-0) the score. Second period. Camper on the draw. Wins it to Dorfman. Dorfman on the near wall. Chipped aside by Bacana. A mad scramble in front covered by Reamer. 14:59. Another whistle. Camper again on the draw. Against Haberman. Camper wins it to Bacana on the far wall. Bacana still with it. Coming to the middle of the ice with a shot. Paddle to the near corner by Reamer. Warriors select. Throw it through to Sweeney. Putting it to Dick behind the net. Sweeney now with it. Schultz and Sweeney up the wall, throwing it through, covered by Navarre. Face-off upcoming to the left of Navarre. Few words being said after the whistle, but nothing too serious. Fresh back on the draw for the Cyclones. Beckett for the Warriors. Freshback wins it back to Larson. Larson behind the net, looking to Kvaric. Kvaric collects. Throwing on a couple of moves, tries getting it out. Girardi collects, puts it through. Nobody there. Now Girardi to Larson. Larson throwing up the board to Kvaric. Chipped aside by Freshback. Freshback up the wall. Shoots. Covered by Raymond. 0-0. 14 minutes left in the second period. A little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. Nothing too major. The linesmen have separated that. Eaton on the draw for the Cyclones. Flagel. Now Davenport with it on the near wall. Dropping to Larson. Larson putting a shot just over the shoulder of Reamer. Collected by Girardi on the far point as Schwartz battles with an edge on the far boards, kept in by Girardi. Lesback now on the near wall for the Warriors. Throws it in deep for McDonald. McDonald throwing it up top to the point with a shot blocked aside. Another shot by the Warriors, put aside by the Cyclones. Eaton to Schwartz. Schwartz looking over to Davenport, couldn't collect it. And Lesback goes right back over into the Cyclone zone, laid out by two Cyclones. Girardi collects. Girardi over the red. Girardi still has it. Penalty upcoming to the Warriors. And the Cyclones, or just the Cyclones. Captain's discussion with the referees. We'll try and see what comes of this. But there was a bunch of pushing and shoving on the far boards by Nevers after the hit on Lesback. Two minutes aside has been put on the board. 2 minutes for Sam Eaton and 2 minutes for Brandon McDonald. More 4-on-4 action to come on this game. 12:46 left in the second period. 0-0 the score. Coach is getting explanation of the calls. Eaton got called for cross-checking, and McDonald got called for roughing. 4-on-4 action is Pearson, and Haberman take the face-off, collected by Pearson, now to Kress. Kress with it now, looking for space, goes to Veslin, now back up to Fanenstein. Fanenstein going to Kress, picked aside by the Warriors, picked up by Veslin. Veslin now over to Pearson. Pearson with it over the red, now over the blue, now on the near wall. Turning back with it. Behind the net, Pearson still has the puck. Pearson, top of the circles, putting it through to Kress. Now Veslin. Veslin on the far wall. Throwing it behind Reamer. Reamer collects and plays it back to his defenseman as they chip up the wall and gets leveled by Veslin. Vandenstein collects, throws it over to Kress, up the wall to Veslin. collected by Mulcairn. Now Kress. Kress to Fanenstein. Fanenstein. The near wall looking for Camper. Camper. Over center ice as it's tipped aside by the Warriors. And Revenik throws one on net, collected by Crest, who puts it all the way down, icing upcoming, face off. Looks like going to be to the right of Nevers. 11-12 left in the second period, 26 seconds left in 4-on-4 action. Camper and Adams on the draw. Adams wins it back. Warriors behind the net. Looking up top to Jackson. Jackson with a shot. Tipped just wide of Nevers, collected in the far corner. Warriors behind the net trying to feed one out in front. Tips aside. Collected by Jackson on the far wall, now behind the net. As both teams go into even strength. Back to 5-on-5 action. Crest picks it up in the far corner. Up to Jarecki. Tipped out by Mulcairn. And the center cross. And Vandenstein pokes at it. Puck tips. Sauce high and wide of everybody's heads. And Vandenstein clears into the netting. Crest heads to the box. For the Cyclones. Warriors will go on the power play. 10-11 left in the second period. Face off to the left of Nevers. Some communication by the Cyclones get the proper 4 out. Face off won by the Warriors. Shot put through, collected by Franny. Franny puts it high on net. Collected by Reamer, throwing it behind to his defenseman. Jarecki loses his stick. Warriors throw it in deep for an icing. Eaton on the draw for the Cyclones. Press went to the box for slashing. Warriors collect the puck behind their net. Up the near wall for Haberman. Gets sent to his knees by Schultz. Schultz digging for it. 2-on-1 battle. 3-on-1. Picked aside by the Warriors. Davenport and Schultz now getting in the action. Brandon pressuring. A slot shot look for the Warriors. Turned aside by Nevers. Collected by Franny in the near corner. Off the glass and out all the way down. Chased down by Davenport. Now Camper in the far corner. Warriors on the far wall, now moving it back to the middle. Over the red. Collected by Haberman. Put back. Camper gets a stick on it, forces him out of the zone. Warriors over, a shot just high. Dorfman. Chipped out. Put back in by the Warriors, collected by Larson. Put round to Dorfman. Dorfman chips out. Collected by Lindbaum. Throwing it to Carney, and now Adams as a shot gets sent off the blocker of Nevers and gets cleared out by Dorfman. Iowa State back to full strength now as the puck gets thrown in by the Warriors. Collected by Schultz off the glass. Put down by Dorfman. Collected by the Warriors. Now behind the net. As Larson chases him down and picked at by Kreshback. Kreshback now with it. Now to Jarecki. Jarecki up the far wall. And over to the blue and puts the shot on net. Turned aside by Reamer into the near corner. Kreshback to collect. Putting it up top to Larson. Over to Lynchy with a shot right into the glove of Reamer. 7:35 left in the second period. 0-0 the score. Face off to the left of Reamer. Pearson on the draw for the Cyclones. Mood flag on the draw for the Warriors. Lynch now with it up top. Off a shin pad. Collected by Larson. Puts it up. Stick out of play. Face off upcoming. Back to neutral ice. Pearson still on the draw for the Cyclones. Lindbaum for the Warriors. Pearson wins it back to Schultz. Schultz will collect in the near corner for the Cyclones. It's taken down. Waiting for help was Schultz as Pearson collected it. Pearson now over the red, passing alongside to Mulcairn off the blocker. What a rip. As it gets put down to the corner. Beslan tried speeding Mulcairn, chipped away in front. Mulcairn Reamer making a diving effort, covering the puck with just under 7 minutes left in the second period, keeping this a 0-0 game. I have to wonder if Reamer was kicked in the head there after he's readjusting his helmet with a mad scramble like that in front. Camper wins the draw back to Schultz. Schultz put a little shot on net, tipped just in front by Picana. Almost saw some daylight, but it didn't go. Shot by Dorfman. Put off the near wall to Schultz. Schultz put a shot on, and it goes on to the far wall. Shot from the point by Dorfman, gloved down, played aside by Reamer to his defenseman. Dorfman again with another shot, and it gets chipped out of the zone. Collected by Camper, now to Franny. Franny off the board, just out of the reach of Dorfman. As Camper applies pressure, now it's picked up by Franny. Franny, a shot. Glove save by Reamer. 6:20 left in the second period, still 0-0. Face-off won by the Cyclones. Shot from Press, stuffed aside and in for the Cyclones by Davenport. 1-0 Cyclones, 6:15 left in the second period. Goal from Davenport. Face-off won by the Warriors, collected by Press, as Schwartz loses it, and it goes to Fanenstein. Fanenstein over to Press. Press throwing a lob pass to Schwartz just out of his reach, but turned aside by Eaton and put right back in his zone. The Cyclones by the Warriors, collected by Davenport. Up the wall for Kress. Kress now with it. Kress moving it alongside to Fanenstein. Fanenstein over the line. Kress behind the net, looking for some help. as Eaton throws it in deep. Looking for Schwartz, and the Warriors put it out all the way down for an icing. Ian Davenport with the goal for the Cyclones, assisted by Sam Eaton and Riley Kress. .554 left in the second period, 1-0 Cyclones. Press back on the draw. Attendance is unusually lighter on a Tuesday night for these Cyclones to play in front of, but the attendance is just under 270. Looks like they're doing just fine. Face-off one back to Larson. Larson with a shot, throws a shot on that tip just aside, a reamer. Now played along by Kovarik, back down to Kreshback, looking to the far corner for Kovarik. Warriors collect on the near wall. Leshback is hammered into the wall again. Picked up on the far wall by Kovarik, throws a shot right into the glove of Reamer. 5:26 left in the second. Pearson on the draw for the Cyclones. Pearson won it, kept alive by Girardi as there's a battle in front of the crease in the high slot for the puck. Stuffed aside. Net comes off the moorings as the Cyclones try and jam it home. 5:12 left in the second period. Refs will take a moment to hammer the moorings back into place and get the game back on track. Pearson on the draw for the Cyclones. Beckett for the Warriors. Referee's having a little bit of a difficult time here with the moorings today. I think they used the 3-prong moorings versus your standard metal ones, but a shot from Larson as the faceoff was won by Pearson. Larson keeps it in on the near wall. Battle to the side. Mulcairn keeping it in behind Larson. Chipped as Pearson tries pulling it through to Bestlin. Now Pearson. The Warriors trying to collect. Loses an edge, and Mulcairn picks this up. Back to Larson. Over to Bestlin. Bestlin to DJ Girardi. Now to Larson. To Pearson. Now over the blue. Looking for some room. Going behind the net with it. Pearson up top. The shot jammed away to the blocker side of Reamer and cleared out by the Warriors all the way down. No icing. The call picked up by Girardi. Girardi to Pecana. Pecana trying to throw it in for Camper. Camper now with it. Cutting through. Shot off the face mask of Reamer into the near corner, collected by Dorfman. Put behind the net. Just out of the reach for Pecana. Warriors chip it out and clear all the way down for an icing. Face-off upcoming. 3:57 left in the second period. Cyclones on top, 1-0. Davenport with the lone goal tonight, just a few minutes ago. Camper on the draw. Whistled down. They'll have to redo it. We'll get a rematch. Kana and then far wall as the Warriors chip it through. Looking for a streaking Sweeney just out of his reach, picked off by Franny, played up to Dorfman. Dorfman up the wall. Dorfman throwing it to Pecana. Pecana shooting off the pad for a stuffed home. Can't find it. Reamer is on his back. 4 Cyclones in front of the net. Easily could have been jammed home. I guess the referees will have to take a look. No signal, but it looks like the faceoff's going to be to the left of Reamer. What a save. 3:34. Left in the second. As the faceoff gets taken out in neutral ice. Warriors now with it, trying chipping it through. Davenport on the near wall, trying to chip it through to Eaton. He does. Eaton now over the red. Trying to get it through. Put through the legs. And Eaton still has it. Stuffed it through the 5-hole, but couldn't find daylight. Now the puck comes out to Kress at the point. To Schwartz, to Eaton, putting it down for Davenport. Playing it up the wall to Schwartz with a shot, stick aside, up and over the net. Vandenstein holding the line. Eaton with a shot from the point. Flubbed down by Reamer. 2:52 left in the second. We haven't seen a shot from the Warriors in a few minutes because the Cyclones have been applying too much pressure for them to handle. Applying a lot of shots late in the second period here tonight. Eaton on the draw for the Cyclones. McDonald for the Warriors. Vandenstein throws it in deep. Chipped up the wall by the Warriors. Vandenstein puts it into the far corner. Davenport on the near wall, trying to find Schwartz in the slot. He doesn't. Kept in by Kress. Kress now along the near wall. Gets chipped through. Kress now with the pickup behind the net. Reversing it back to Vandenstein. Vandenstein taking some time and some ice. Looking to Davenport, chipping it through to center ice for Schwartz. Schwartz trying to cut inside. Couldn't pull the trigger on a shot and gets driven into the boards by the Warrior defense. Jarecki fighting for it behind the net now. The Warriors chip out. Seminar throws it in, deflected by Kress, who's going to try and send it to Kovarik. Gets it there and throws it in deep. Kovarik on the near wall, couldn't keep it in. Kovarik on the back check, creates a turnover, coming in through, trying to find a streaking Pressback who couldn't put it home just under his stick. 1:25 left in the second. Warriors trying to rim it through. Vandenstein collects just over the red, looking for Jarecki. Couldn't handle it. Hot potato. Now Kress throws it in. Warriors keep it out. And now they're back into the Cyclone zone. Kress now with it. Turning it up the wall to Jarecki. Jarecki tried chipping it through for Pearson right off the bench. Couldn't get there. And Vandenstein in the near corner. Now with it. A good look for the Warriors. As they tried getting a shot through. No lanes. They held on. A shot behind the net comes around onto the streaking stick of it looked to be Luke Namaris, who put it home for the Warriors. Tie game, 1-1, 39 seconds left in the second period. Pearson and Lindholm on the draw. Pearson wins it back to Larson. Backlund puts it in deep. Collected by Reamer behind the net. Pearson now with it on the far board. Pearson loses it. Puck out to center, collected by Larson. Larson now with it. Larson throwing it to Backlund. Hop, skip, and a bounce just over his stick. As Pearson collects it in his own zone, rimming it around Smokaren. Too hot to handle, the Warriors collect, and the Cyclones put it in deep as time expires in the second. Warrior goal by Anthony Pelleggi, assisted by Jordan Ribnick and Jake Lindell. Welcome back to the Ames ISU Ice Arena for the third period of action between the Iowa State Cyclones and the Waldorf Warriors. Kevin Lynch and Anthony Fleggy in the box to start this period, and we'll start this period for a side, as both got called for roughing. Turnover by the Cyclones, Warriors almost prevail, covered by Navarre, as Fanenstein was sent down to the ice by a stick. $19:40 left in the third period. Camper takes the draw for Iowa State, wins it back by Mulcairn. Larson has it now. Larson stepping out to the far side, over to Mulcairn, going up the near wall, passing it to Camper, who puts a shot just off the glove of Reamer as it gets played around behind the net. Schultz now with it, looking for somebody in front. Couldn't find anybody. The Warriors prevail with the puck and get it over center. Now over the blue. Carney into the corner, tries finding a streaking Snizzer. Couldn't find him, picked up by the Cyclones. There's a shot by Larson into the glove. A Reamer constitutes another face-off. 19:02 left in the third period. The score is 1-1. 1:02 for both penalties. We're still skating for a side here. As Pressback lines up the Cyclones on the faceoff. Kept alive by Fanenstein. To Kovarik. Kovarik trying to throw it back to Fanenstein. Picked off by the Warriors. The Warriors over center ice trying to chip it through. Kress and Adams battling for it in the corner. Pops out in front. Cyclones will take a save by Navarre as a shot comes from Jackson at the point. 18:44 left in the third period, 44 seconds aside on the offsetting double minor. Shot from the corner by the Warriors, patted aside by Navarre. Puck chipped out to Pearson. Now to Besslin. The Warriors pick it up off a foot as it gets turned back to the Cyclones, and Fanenstein grabs it. Fanenstein picks it out of the corner. Fanenstein looking to Pearson at the far blue. Pearson over the line for Besslin on the backhand, just puts it behind the net. Fanenstein back down for Besslin as Besslin gets canceled out along the boards. Warriors trying chipping it through to Nemirev as it's picked off by Fanenstein and played aside by Adams, covered by Navarre, who played it to Besslin, chipped out to Pearson. Pearson now with it, looking to Dorfman. Dorfman gets it taken from him as Pearson gets it back. Pearson over to Picana. 5-on-5 full strength. Picana on the far wall as Franny coming down from the point and a shot off the pad. Collected by Dorfman. Over to Camper. Camper with a shot right in the breadbasket of Reamer for a save and a cover. 17:25 left in the third period. 1-1 the score. Camper on the draw for the Cyclones. Wins it back to Franny. Franny putting it down to the corner for Picana to play it. Doesn't. It gets rimmed around by Schultz. Now Picana behind the net, looking for option. Play to the corner, turns back with it. Gets it stripped. And the Warriors come up on the far wall as it gets picked off by Dorfman. Dorfman on the top of the circle, a shot off the blocker. And it's paddled down. Warriors, it's a foot race. Played aside by Franny, picked up by Camper. Camper back to Franny. Franny now with it. Up the wall to Dorfman. Dorfman turning with it, finding Franny again. Franny now on the near wall in the corner, chipping it in deep behind the net for Bacana. Bacana now with it, trying to find Dorfman. Didn't have his stick on the ice. Goes out. Picked up by Schultz. Schultz to Franny at the red. Franny now at the blue. With the shot off a shin pad. Almost gets picked up by Davenport for his second, but it doesn't go. Warriors clear it to Schultz at the far blue. Schultz to Davenport. Davenport back to Dorfman. Dorfman trying to put it through for Davenport. Gets chipped aside by the Warriors, and Larson puts it in deep. Warriors try and go up the wall, and they're just going to play whack-a-mole with it. Warriors back now in their own corner. D to D, almost put it in their own bench. It goes all the way down, icing the call as Larson touches up. 16:01 left in the third period, 1-1 the score. Lynch and Pelagi were both called at the end of the period for roughing to start this period off 4-on-4. Schwartz comes behind the net, puts a shot as Reamer dives out and puts a glove on. Face-off upcoming to the left-hand side of Reamer as Eaton will take the draw for the Cyclones. Against Haberman. Eaton chipping it through, picked up by Schwartz in the corner. Fighting for it, Schwartz on top. Schwartz on the near wall going down for Eaton. A nice little tip under the pad of Reamer, and it's 2-1 Cyclones. 15:40 in the third period. Cyclones regain the lead. Shot pass from Schwartz for Eaton's tip. Press back on the draw for the Cyclones. Puts it through, picked up by the Warriors. Warriors applying pressure early into this shift. Warriors have a shot from the point, covered by Nevers, 15:31. Your Iowa State goal was scored by number 23, Sam Eaton, assisted by number 25, Tyler Schwartz. As the Cyclones break it out of their zone, Bessler to Mulcairn, a shot off a shin pad, put into the far corner by the Warriors, kept in by Pearson. Pearson now with it up top, looking for Franny, who's going to put it in deep. Just kidding, his stick got lifted. They play it out. He's going to put it back in on net, a hop, skip and a bounce. Reamer plays it out. Warriors clear all the way down for an icing as Schultz touches up. 15:03 left in the third period. Cyclones on top, 2-1.
2886. You are the winner. 314-2886. Please head to the chair table to sign your autograph.
Pearson wins the draw to the wall. Picked up by Mulcairn, picked up now by Pearson. Pearson onto his backhand, has it picked up by Mulcairn. Mulcairn, a shot. Gets stick down, and Besson couldn't find a barrier. Pearson now with it behind the net. Playing it along to Besson in the corner. Besson trying to throw it up top to the point. It doesn't get through. He picks it up himself. He brings it to the center of the ice on his backhand. He tries ripping a shot, takes down a Warrior, and then he reaps another one right into the breadbasket of Reamer. 14:30 left in the third period. The Cyclones recently just gained the lead again. They're on top 2-1. Press back on the draw for the Cyclones. Wins it through. Picked up by Larson, who's going to shove it in deep. And the Warriors try passing it out. It doesn't get through a linesman. Now it gets picked up by Limbaum on the far wall. Now Jarecki with it to Colbert. Spinorama trying to go through the center. He still has it on the far wall. And just now gets picked off by the Warriors as they come out over the red. Now over the blue. Number 10, a shot off the back of the netting. No harm done. Iowa State clears down, picked up by the Warriors, no icing. As Jansen plays it up the wall. Picked up by Dorfman. The Crashback. Crashback now over into the center ice area. Coming through. Over the red, over the blue. A shot off a stick gets directed into the far boards. Dorfman putting another shot through. Couldn't get a glove on it, was Reamer. Warriors are trying to dig it out. They do. They'll recollect in their own zone. Trying to chip it through. Stick down by Kovarik. And played back into the zone. Warriors throw it up the middle, gets picked off. Camper tried ripping a shot, couldn't get that. Warriors clear, picked up by Schultz, back over the red. Picana puts it in deep, and the Cyclones will apply more pressure. Now Dorfman, down to Camper. Camper with it. Putting it back down to Dorfman behind the net. Wheeling behind the net now. Tries throwing it in front for Camper, just out of his reach. Warriors try to chip out, they do. Ledge back down the near wall, put the shot high and wide. Nice, easy clear for the Cyclones. They don't have to do much on that regroup. Schultz chipping it through. Picked up by Dorfman, back to Schultz. Schultz throwing it in on net. Reamer plays it aside. His defenseman picks it up, throws it up the ice, gets picked off by Schwartz. And Larson will take the puck from here. Chip it up and out. And Eaton will play through. Eaton still with the puck, throws it in on the far side. For Davenport the pressure. Warriors try and clear out. They do, as Sweeney gets it through Larson. Larson hustles back, puts a shot on net. Glove down by Reamer. 11:48 left in the third period. Cyclones still on top, 2-1. Attendance count for the game is just under 310. As yet, Cyclones win this draw. Larson with a shot gets kicked down. And Larson with another shot, blockered high. Picked up by Schwartz up the near wall. Now over the circles, on his forehand, shoots. A shot off a few sticks, couldn't buy a goal, and it's cleared out. Linesman helped with keeping it in for the Cyclones there. Lynch on the pickup now, playing it back to Larson. Larson up the wall to Eaton, just out of his reach. Picked up now by the Warriors. As Dick gets by Lynch. Dick tries throwing one through as Larson picks it off. Larson on the pickup in the near corner goes to Lynch. Lynch off the glass, all the way down, icing the call as Ribic touches up. 10:51 left in the third period. Cyclones 2, Warriors 1. Face off to the right-hand side of Neberg. Eaton on the draw for the Cyclones, wins it back for Larson. Larson putting it up the near wall. Chips. High through center. Besselin on the chase. Besselin picks it up in the corner. Besselin playing it up to Vandenstein with a shot tipped just wide by Mulcairn in front. Pearson with it now. Dropping it down to Mulcairn. Trying to chip it in deep. He does. Warrior defense picks it up, rims it. Picked off by Kovarik. In front was Pearson. Has it now trying to find Kovarik as he's leveled into the near boards by Semernin. A chip out kept in by Kress. Reamer almost never saw it. Pearson with it now at the top of the circles. Ripping a shot through. Pad save by Reamer as it gets cleared out by the Warriors. Mishandled by Fanningstein, picked up by the Warriors on the far wall. Driven into the wall now by Fanningstein in the far corner. Kovarik picks off the Warriors. Now Kovarik over the top, finding Jarecki with a shot. Couldn't label it high. Freshback now with one. Puts it to the far corner. Jarecki on the pickup. Trying to find Kreshback just out of his reach. Played it to the near corner behind the net for Kovarik. Kovarik now with it. Cycling it back to Kreshback. Kreshback. Fighting along behind the net. Trying to find somebody in front. Finds Jarecki on his backhand. Couldn't get it home. Kovarik in the far corner getting driven to his knees. No call. As the Warriors clear out. Warriors on the far corner. Now after a shot patted aside by Nevers. Kovarik now. Over center. Spinorama. Couldn't pull the trigger. And Schultz puts it back in deep behind the net. Reamer plays it. Camper picks it off. Camper looking for Franny. Doesn't get that. The Warriors applying a ton of pressure over the line. A shot put up in the air. Stick down by Bacana up the wall to Franny. Franny now with it. A shot into the glove of Reamer. He'll hold on for a save. 8:14 left in the third period. Cyclones on top 2-1. Warriors were putting on a little bit of a pressure for the Cyclones. Almost caused them to tie up the game. But Nevers been on top of his net. Camper on the draw now for the Cyclones. On the left-hand side, a Reamer. Wins it to the wall. Warriors clear high and out. Picked up by Schultz. Schultz off the far wall looking for Camper. And it's chipped aside by the Warriors. Down the wing. Shoots off the far pad into the corner. Dorfman chipping it through. Bacana. Bacana down the near wall trying to put it through his feet. Gets around him. No fancy goal for him. Into the far corner. Bacana and Schultz fighting for it. Picked up by Dorfman. Dorfman trying to find something in front. Puck gets shot. And it hits somebody in front. Goes to the far corner. Now picked up by Bacana. He'll try another short angle shot. And Schultz put it back in deep where it can be picked up by Camper on the near wall in the near corner. Schultz applying pressure to his man as the puck gets rimmed out to him. Thrown in deep. A little bit too high for the glass as the puck hits netting. Whistle upcoming. Face off to the right of Reamer. 17:15 left in the third period. Cyclones on top, 2-1. Face off won by the Cyclones. Lynch puts it off the glass and deep. All the way down for icing. Face off upcoming to the right hand side of Nevers. As Eaton takes a draw. To Larson. Larson still with it. Over the line, gets picked off by the Warriors. Larson shifts it out to Schwartz. Schwartz looking back to Larson, just out of his reach, shift aside, picked up by Davenport. Davenport looking back towards Lynch at neutral ice. He'll put it in deep. Picked up by Davenport, now Eaton. Eaton with a shot off the blocker as the Warriors clear. Chased down by Larson in the far corner, off the glass. And Davenport will chase to the near point. Lynch now with it on the far wall. Chip. Not high enough to get past the Warrior defense. Eaton was there to chip it past. Warriors, near wall, shot. Saved by Navarre, gloved down, and played to Kress as the puck gets chipped through. Larson now with it, behind the net. Holding it. Light pressure from the Warriors. Pearson taking it. Pearson now. Off the wall, all the way down for an ice as Mulcairn couldn't beat him there. Face off upcoming to the right of Navarre once more. 5:43 left in the third period. Cyclones on top, 2-1. Pearson on the draw for the Cyclones. McDonald for the Warriors. Pearson chipped it through for Bethlen up the far wall. Trying pulling it through as Bethlen couldn't get it done. The Warriors up the far wall now, trying to chip it in deep. They do. Navarre playing it to the far corner, leveled was a Warrior by Schultz. Schultz with it now at the near wall, looking for Mulcairn. As he hits the red, and he'll find Schultz once more. Puck gets taken from him. Kress has it now. He'll put it in to the Warrior defense. Just wide of the net, all the way down. No icing called. Little bit of frustration from the Cyclone bench. As Kovarik goes down the far wall. Kovarik, a shot off a shin pad into the near corner. Kress back, another shot off the blocker into the far corner. Picked up by Kress, put in deep behind the net for Kovarik, trying to find Jarecki in front, just out of his reach. Chipped out by the Warriors, collected by Larson. Up to Jarecki. Now to Lynch. Kovarik struggling with his feet. Too many men to call on the Cyclones. .428 left in the third period. Cyclones still on top. 2-1. Another power play for the Warriors. Hasn't been successful tonight. Kevin Lynch in the box for the Cyclones. Too many men to call. Iowa State penalty kill out there now. The Warriors put a shot off the blocker of Navarre. Battled down in front as it gets cleared back out for the Warriors. Warriors, another shot off the blocker. Collected. Up top. Out to his partner. Down to the far wall. Looking through. Hop, skip, and a bounce. He still keeps it. Lindholm at the point. Now Rebnick. Rebnick with a shot off the pad. Played into the corner. Chipped out by Camper. All the way down. Cyclones will get a new penalty kill unit out. Warriors collect behind their net. As Rebnick takes it up. Passing it off to Adams. A shot off the stick. And Pearson now has it. Throwing it all the way down. Collecting it is Reamer. Taking it is Carney. Carney now with it. The far wall. Passing it to the near wall. Over the line. Turning back now is Jansen. McDonald with a shot tipped wide. 30 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Cyclones. Clear. Not quite out. Shot. Tipped wide. Vandenstein clears it out. 13, 12, 11, 10. Left on the penalty kill for the Cyclones. Picked up by the Warriors behind their net. To the far wall. Penalty time expires. Cyclones, full strength. Schultz with it now. Off the wall. To Camper. Camper over center. A shot off the blocker into the far corner, picked up by Camper once more. Over the top of the circle, a shot just high and wide. Warriors try to clear, kept in by Schultz. Schultz, a shot, looking for the stick of Pekana, couldn't get a tip. Warriors clear out, kept by Larson, he'll put it back in. Dorfman on the chase. Pearson now with a stick on it at center. Warriors throw it in deep, picked up by Schultz in the far corner. 1:40 left in the third. Cyclones on top, 2-1. Puck gets out to Dorfman, gets it through. Larson picks up, throws to Schultz behind his net. Schultz with it, looking to Dorfman. Dorfman up the near wall, over center. Dropping it for Pearson. Pearson, a shot off a leg. Warriors may have a fast break here, 3-on-2. As Bender takes up the near wall. Shot, stick high into the far corner as Pearson looks for Dorfman on the near wall. And the Warriors clear to their bench. Kovar tries chipping it in. Hits a skate, and the Warriors try clearing it into the Cyclone zone. Now picked up by Kovar on the near wall. Kovar looking for a pass. Into the corner now. Trying to cycle it back from Mulcairn. Can't get it through. Picked off by the Warriors. Desperate times call for the Warriors as they send their goalie off. 6-on-5 attack for the Warriors. They put it off the far pad into the corner. Collected by Mulcairn. Mulcairn still digging for it on the near wall. Now Freck gets taken down. Kovarik to Beslin. Beslin over center. Looking for Mulcairn. Offside. They wait. Warriors collect. Trying getting in deep. 6, 5, 4, 3. Beslin puts it on. No icing. 1 time expired. Cyclones win 2-1 over the Waldorf Warriors.